Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for another beer review. We are off to Home Bargains with this one, and it's an American brewery. I've had one beer of theirs before, about 3 weeks ago, which again was from Home Bargains. The brewery are out of Nashville, and this is from Tailgate Brewery, and this is their peanut butter milk stout. It's coming in at 5.2%. It's in a 355ml can, and it costs the mere sum of £1.69. Now, my intention wasn't to pick this one up. I was watching Rate My Beer, Paul from Rate My Beer, and they had the same one. But apparently somebody said there was a banana one, peanut butter and banana milk stout. That's what I went in looking for. They didn't have it, so I picked this up anyway. So, glass at the ready. This is pretty much, I'm not going to say total room temp. There is just a slight bit of a chill on it. But yeah, let's get it cracked open and see what we get. It is shooting out the top of it, but hopefully it's going to be decent. I'll tell you what, I do, as Home Bargains, poor old Home Bargains, they get some stick for their beers, you know. They do, there's an awful lot of beer in there that is very average or, you know, not particularly great. But what has got to be said, when you do go in there, you do get to find some different beers from breweries that you wouldn't even sort of have any other chance of seeing, really, unless you went either to America or whatever, or online. So yeah, it's good to be able to pick up stuff like this just to try, if nothing else. So, God, I do some talking, don't I? Do some talking. Beer in a glass, that is as black as you like. Jet black. We've got about half a finger of tan, mix and match bubble head. You ain't going to see no bubbles in there. It's pitch black. You can't see nothing. So let's give her a swirl. In fact, yeah, I ain't going to read that. Look at that. I've got no chance of reading that. I was going to read you some stuff. But let's just give her a swirl. Dive in on the nose and see what we get. Oh, that smells lush. Oh. You get the peanut butter. You get a lovely chocolate aroma. It reminds me of a Snickers, if I'm totally honest. Peanut butter, chocolate, caramel. Maybe the caramel is just like that lactose and chocolate thing. I don't know, but it's got a creaminess on the nose. But if I go with what I'm thinking straight off the top of my head, peanut butter, chocolate, caramel, a little bit of a sweet lactose note, Snickers. It smells bloody lush, that does. Cheers everyone, let's dive in, give her a go. Okay. Body, 5.2%. Okay, you're not going to expect anything too heavy. For me, I mean, I like a fuller stout. I like a stout with a bit more weight to it. So, depending on how you want to look at this, is it a badly brewed beer because it is so light, or is that their intention with this maybe? I'm going to go with that's maybe their intention, not to make it too heavy. But the body is really light. Carbonation, very minimal, just a few little bubbles going off in the mouth. It's nice and smooth, can't really knock that. Taste wise, it really is lovely. I've got to say that is lovely. That, for me, that is a Snickers bar. That really is a Snickers bar. I'm going to say, to start off with, first thing that sort of hits you is maybe the lactose. You're hit with the lactose, I think, to start off with. That's the first thing I pick up on anyway. Just behind that, chocolate. Well, even maybe the caramel. I'm going to go for maybe like a a caramel sort of thing. Very closely followed by the chocolate. Slightly sweet on the start. Not massively sweet, just slightly sweet. On that back end, that's where the peanut butter comes in. A lovely nutty flavour. And you get all that together. And for me, that is just Snickers. Yeah. When that, I'll tell you what, when the nuttiness kicks in, for me, that's where the beer really comes alive. You do get the flavours at the start, it's all very nice, and you're enjoying it, and then you hit with that nuttiness, and I think that just pulls everything together. 5.2%. Is nowhere. Like I say, to start off with, it's sweet. I think you could be mistaken for thinking, oh hang on, this is going to be too sweet. Excuse me. And again, the nuttiness sort of comes in on the back end and sort of kills that sweetness off. I think the more you drink, you get a nice little roasty coffee note along with the chocolate and the caramel. For me, if I had any gripes with it, the only real gripe is it's maybe a little bit too light on the body. But what that will do is make it more drinkable. But for taste, for price, I think Tailgate Brewery's Peanut Buttermilk Stout, it's the spot, it really does. I think that, personally. I don't know what anyone else sort of thinks. Obviously, I've seen Paul from Rate My Beer do this. But I don't know what anyone else thinks of this beer. But I'll tell you what, I really like that. A little bit thin, but the flavours are there. £1.69, 355ml can, 5.2%. You can't go wrong. So there you are. They're my views on this beer. Give it a go. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Thank you all for watching. And I'll see you again soon on another beer review. Cheers.